Hello there. Welcome to your wake up call. How to stop feeling guilty for not reaching your goals every day, and let's find a way to make it easy to win. My name is Bob Morgan. I'll be your presenter and confidant throughout this meeting, this webinar over the next 30 minutes. You're going to learn how to find a definite purpose with step by step. Again, my name is Bob Morgan. I've been in the automotive industry, sales, leadership, training for 30 plus years. 30 plus years, and I've been teaching people how to do exactly what we're going to talk about. And we have a workshop called Wake Up Call that gets even into more depth than what this is, but we call it your wake up call, how to make it easy to win. You know, many of us, myself included, we've been to a lot of self-help seminars, a lot of training seminars, and I've got a few good things out of them, but I've also got a lot of bad things. What do I mean by that? Is they make it seem so easy. Bob, set these big audacious goals. You can be a millionaire by the end of the year. You can do this. You can do that. All of these things. You can walk across fire. We can all do it. Everybody can. It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. You can do it. And they make it sound so easy. These big, big heads. We set these hairy, audacious goals. And then over the next couple of days, the stuff that they tell us to do just doesn't feel right. And, oh man, and then we wake up one day and we just don't do it. And we start feeling guilty because that self-help didn't help. And they make it seem like everybody's doing it. Why aren't you? You can do it too. It made me feel embarrassed that I didn't succeed. And so I didn't tell anybody about it. When they told me to use these word tracks and this, I didn't do it. And everybody else was, I thought, successful with it. I was the only one. I felt awful about it, you know? But it's time to stop that madness. The path to success and the path to failure are very similar. But we don't have to be guilt-ridden because we fail, because we didn't do what they said, because it wasn't as easy as what they said it was going to be. But one day I was talking to a friend. Maybe we had a little to drink, I don't know. It seemed to let the words flow out. And I told him about what I'd felt. And I'll bet that you feel this way too sometimes. Your manager, your boss, your leader makes it sound so easy. Success is right down this road. You can do it. 2 + 2 = 4. Math being math, you can't help it. But he gave me some advice after I told him this, because he said, you know what, Bob? I feel the same way. I feel the same way that you do. A couple of things have helped me. One, you need to quit worrying about the past. Now, for most of us, this is the way our goals get set up. Okay, Gail, set time up once again. Okay, what's your goal this month? Oh, it's 12. You're going to have to work harder and listen more. Now you can do it. You can do it. What's your goal? Well, that's useless. That is useless if you ask me about it. Anyway, he told me 2 things. He said, Bob, stop worrying about the past. You got no hope of changing it. None. You got no hope. So quit fretting over it just because you made a mistake in the past. Don't beat yourself up. Stop feeling guilty about it. We're all in that same boat. And 2, he said, dream big, work hard, and start small. Start even smaller. So it's time. Make the decision to change your life right now. Today we're going to learn some step-by-step processes, how to find our definite purpose, find your hack, creating small habits like James Clear said, small atomic habits to win every day. We love to win. Donald Trump said we are going to get tired of winning with him being president, but we're going to win, win, win. We love to win. It makes us feel good. So stop feeling guilty. Quit worrying about the past. Make the commitment right now right now that you're going to do that. In business and personal life, dream big, work hard, and start small every day. Find a way to win every day. Unbelievable things will happen. A friend of mine, another friend of mine, who's a CEO of a huge corporation, told me, Bob, if you make a lot of little decisions, little things, do little bits every day, next thing you know, you got a big old glob. That's what happens. You can dream big and work hard. Just start small. Your mind doesn't care. What it cares about is winning. It doesn't matter whether you put poison in there or negative thoughts or positive thoughts or winning. It doesn't matter. Your mind doesn't care. It's going to grow whatever you put in it. So put winning in. That's why we got to start small every day. Find a way to win every day. And that's what we're going to do over the next 20 or 30 minutes. Your history and mine need to go away. We need to stop worrying and stressing about it. Quit worrying about the past. You have no hope of changing it. At the end of this meeting, you're going to get a couple of things. One, you'll get a free consultation with me, 15-minute consultation. It's a $100 value, and I'll give it to you for free. We'll see if we can find your hack together. I'm pretty good at finding hacks, and you'll understand as we go through this in the next 20 minutes. Two, you'll get my full workbook from my workshop. 3-hour workshop on how to find your wake-up call and stop feeling guilty about it. And third, Bob's scrapbook. It's musings of an old man back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. There was a prolific writer. Wrote about positive thinking, and he was almost a grandfather of this, I think. His name was Elbert Hubbard, and he had Elbert Hubbard's scrapbook. So I read that every day. I flip to something, and then you know what I thought? I thought, wow, I should start my own. I'll bet my progeny, if I can use that word, would like to have this. And then I found out that a lot of people liked it. So download my scrapbook. You can flip to a page. It'll give you a quote. Some of it's mine. Some of it I've taken from other places. Some of it you've heard. Some of it you haven't heard. Anyway, you'll get something out of this. Most of all, you'll get that free consultation, one-to-one with me, and we'll find your hack. It will change your life. So you get 20 people together, and they all set the same goal. Think about this for a minute. What is a common goal? And in your workbook, there's a place to write this down. What is a common goal that we all have set in our lives at some time? Lose weight, make more money. Well, I'm going to pick on lose weight because we've all set that goal at some point in our life. So 20 people get together and they set the same goal. They want to lose weight. We can even get more specific. They want to lose 20 pounds. And they want to do it in 90 days. Maybe that's too long, too short a time. But for sake of my argument here, let's just use that. They set the same goal, same circumstances, but can there be only one? 60 days, 90 days go by, and you go back to them, and 19 of them have not reached their goal. Now, if you went back in a week, half of them, 50% of them would have already quit. Why? Why is that? 5%, and I think it's even less than that, reach their goal. Same circumstances. Why is that? What causes that? Who causes it? Who? We all want to blame it on people when it happens to us. It's his fault. It's her fault. My boss won't let me. I've tried. I've told him that. I've been working at a dealership for a year or two here, helping them to understand some things. And every suggestion I came up with to help them to help them find their hack to make it easy, I got told by one of the managers I tried that. They told me it's not my fault. It's his fault. He won't let me. He won't, I mean, it's her fault. It's her fault. It's not me. Why do we do that? Well, after a couple of days, we want to quit because we failed and we start to feel guilty. And what happens? We don't like that. So we've got to find a way around it. Our subconscious hates that. We don't like to be uncomfortable. So we try to find comfort. So we blame it on someone else and then we quit. What are 10 things that they would have to do to reach this common goal to lose weight? What are they? List them out. Same goal, same circumstances. Let's list out those 10 things. I'm going to guess, and maybe I'm going too fast here, but I'm going to guess that you wrote they need to exercise, they need to eat better, the list could go on and on and on and on, and we've all done that. Well, here's what happens. We do need to eat better. We do need to exercise. So we go out and join VASA. How many of you out there have joined VASA, have joined 24-Hour Fitness, have joined Planet Hollywood Fitness, whatever it's called, gone for a week or 2 weeks, and over the next several months, you still made the payments and you never went? We all do it. Why? Why? We feel guilty about it. We're going to start up. I'm going to go someday. So we said all of these things, and what happens? We exercise for a couple of weeks. We go buy a whole bunch of food. We do what we're supposed to do, and 2 weeks later, we get on the scale and we gained weight. Well, okay, well, muscle weighs more than fat, so, you know. But then one day we wake up and we don't go. I'm too tired today. I got so much to do at work. I can't. My boss, it's his fault. I can't go to do it today. And then in our life, we make all these little small choices, and before we know it, we've quit. And why do we quit? Because we hate being uncomfortable. We set this big, audacious goal, we're going to lose 20 pounds, and now we're not working towards it. So that's not my goal anymore. I'm not going for that. I'm doing other things. I've moved on. So we quit because we can't win. We feel guilty. Well, we need to stop that. We need to stop feeling guilty. We need to stop blaming our circumstances. It isn't your boss's fault. It isn't your wife. It isn't those donuts. It isn't this. It isn't that. It's none of that. I don't believe in circumstances, and you shouldn't either. You can make your own circumstances, and we're going to find your hack so that you can. That's where we're headed with this. You're going to choose life instead of life choosing you. What do I mean by that? You want to lose weight, you go join VASA, you buy a bunch of food, and then a week later, you're too tired, you're sore, you've gained some weight, so you don't go. So now all of a sudden life is choosing you and it's making choices for you instead of you making choices for it. Did it choose you or did you choose life? 98 out of 100, life makes the choice for them and we just roll with the punches. Many of us are in a career by accident. I didn't make a choice that was my career for several years after I started doing that. This roller coaster we call life is a lot of fun if we're winning. And that's what we're going to show you how to do, show you how to win. So what is a wake-up call? Why do we call this wake-up call? What's a wake-up call? What does it mean? Well, ring, ring, Bob, it's your 5 o'clock wake-up call. You better get up. They don't say that, but they just say, Bob, very pleasantly, hello, Mr. Morgan, this is your 5 a.m. wake-up call. Have a great day. Boom. We get a wake-up call because we have to catch a plane at 8 o'clock. And we've been up gambling until 2 o'clock or whatever it is, but that's a wake-up call. We get a call, it wakes us up because we have to do something. It pushes us towards that goal. We have to get to the airport because we got a flight at 8, so we have to get up at 5 if we want to get there on time. So we get a wake-up call. Millions and perhaps billions are spent each year trying to find out why we react to wake-up calls. A friend of mine, sitting at his kitchen table by himself, his wife's off teaching school. He's sitting at his kitchen table in the morning all by himself, just finished breakfast, looking at his phone like he does, gets faint, tips off his chair, falls on the floor. Luckily, his phone fell with him. As he's laying there on the floor, it feels like an elephant is standing on his desk, on his chest, as his dog is licking his face. And he thinks to himself, oh my gosh, I'm having a heart attack. I'm going to die all by myself with my dog licking my face. Those were his thoughts. That's what he tells me. He looks over, there's his phone. He calls 911. He says, I'm having a heart attack. Here's my address. He had the wherewithal to do that, thank goodness. It saved his life. He told him about his dog. The EMTs had to break down his door. They get him oxygen. They check his heart. They slow it down. They do all the fancy stuff they're trained to do. They take him to the hospital. He has open heart surgery. And 5 years later, he's in better shape than he was before he had a heart attack. Why? We had a wake-up call. 5 a.m. Buddy, you better change your lifestyle because the next one's going to kill you. And it became real to him. It's 5 a.m. You better change. And so what happens? When a person has a heart attack, what do? They start walking. They start eating better. They start watching their diet. They stop smoking. They stop doing all of these things. And what happens? Statistically, they live 10 years longer than if they hadn't had that heart attack. That's if they survive, of course. But let's even take it further. What about smokers? Anybody here know a smoker? Maybe you're an ex-smoker. Maybe you smoke now. If you're a smoker, you've tried to quit before you actually succeed. And succeed, I mean by you've stopped for 2 or 3 years. You've tried 25 to 30 times. And by stopping, I mean you've gone 2 or 3 days. You haven't thrown your cigarettes out and then stopped at 7-Eleven a half hour later and bought another pack. That's not quitting. But you know all of the bad things. If you ask the smoker why he should quit, and these stupid ads they run on TV that don't work, so they research has shown they don't work to get people to quit smoking. If you ask the smoker why he should quit, he's going to give you some really good answers because it shortens my life. You've heard to take 7 minutes off every cigarette. I'm going to get lung cancer, it's heart disease. It affects every organ in my body. It makes me wrinkled. It's these things. It makes me smell. It's all these bad things. And yet, they can't quit. So what happens? Most of the smokers that I know who have quit found a wake-up call. It's 5 a.m., Pat. It's 5 a.m. You better quit smoking because here comes your little daughter, 7 years old, with a cigarette hanging out. Daddy, here's your cigarettes. You have one with your cup of coffee. Whoa, that's a wake-up call. Bob, if you don't stop smoking, you're not going to live throughout the year, says the doctor. It's 5 a.m., Bob. You better quit smoking. That's a wake-up call. That's what I'm talking about, a wake-up call. How do we find our wake-up call? What do we do? How do we find it? Well, let's start by your purpose. Dream big, work hard, make it happen, start small every day. So let's list several things you want to accomplish in the next year in the workbook. Let's list them all, whatever they are. Me? I want to go back to Costa Rica. I want to speak to a group of 100. I want to go to the beach. I want to have eyelid surgery. I want to celebrate my 34th year being married. You see what I'm saying? Write down several things you want to accomplish in the next year. Now, they don't have to be hairy, big, audacious things. They could be smaller, like I want to go to the beach, whatever. List them. And once you've done with that, let's pick one that you want to accomplish, you want to work on right now. For what we're doing here, let's pick one, because this is going to work for every one of them, but let's just pick one. Starting now, what do you want to work on now? I'm going to pick, I want to speak to a group of 100. Okay? Now, Simon Sinek says you need to start with why. Well, I'm going to start with your reasons. What are your reasons you want to accomplish that one thing? Well, I can tell you right now, one of the reasons I want to do that is a pat on the back. Because when it comes to motivational speaking, I want to be the man. I want to be the man. And Eric Thomas tells us that we've got to grind on Monday, grind on Tuesday, grind on Wednesday, grind on Thursday. We've got to give it 3 if the competition gets up at 4. Now, what we need to do is find our reasons. And he calls it, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. So what is success? Success for me is speaking to a group of 100. But success really is reaching a worthwhile purpose. You're teaching school because that's what you want to do. You're successful. But what are your reasons? Here's a good one. Several years ago, I got passed over for a job that I should have gotten. I was prepared. I'd been there for several years. Started me on a new path, which is a wonderful thing. But you know what? I want to get revenge. I want to be good enough at what I'm doing that they come to me and say, Bob, come and teach us that. And I can say, yeah, I don't think so. Nah. Unless you want to pay me double. So I want some revenge. So maybe that's not a good reason, but it is for me. So come up with your reasons. And let me tell you something. Write on paper every reason you want to accomplish this, and nothing is too insignificant. Nothing. Maybe you want to accomplish this because you want to just be able to buy milk every day for your child without stressing about where the money's coming from, without having to scratch up the quarters, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be the big reason, but nothing is too insignificant. Nothing. What's your reasons? Now you're going to start with your reasons, and they're big ones. This is my why, and there's a picture of your daughter and her beautiful thing, but that's bullshit. Now that's a good reason, but that's not your reason for this. You got to get it down to what your real reason is. Why are you doing this? For me, I want to pat on the back and revenge. I want to make some money, but money's a byproduct of it. And here's a really good one for me and for you. I want to stop feeling guilty when I don't succeed. Failure is an option every day. What I do when I fail, that is the key. So now you got all of your reasons. Now, let's talk about what you have to do to accomplish that. So what do you have to do? We got to write down our reasons, and what we have to do, and you're going to start big. What do you have to do? Well, you got to join VASA. You got to buy hundreds of dollars worth of food. Keep writing down what you have to do to accomplish this. Start big. But don't stop at 5. We're going to get to 20 or 30. So you're going to start going small. Then you're going to go even smaller. Several years ago, I went to the doctor. I go every year for a physical because my insurance pays for it, and because I want to make sure I'm healthy. But I had a major blood test done, and they gave me a novel about all of the things that they'd found in my blood. So I go to my doctor, and he's like, yeah, Bob, your blood sugar's good, and this is good, and that's good, and this is good. You're 2 things, 3 things. 1, you're obese, which I hate because they base it off of some stupid scale where only skinny people who shop at Banana Republic are not. And then he said, number 2, We got an issue with your cholesterol. It's just slightly elevated, but that's not the problem. We found that your small particle cholesterol is high. Your levels are extremely high, dangerous. So you need to do two things. One, you need to take statins every day. And two, you need to change your diet to try and correct this issue. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have a little cheeseburger and French fry now and then, but you need to change your diet. You need to eat healthier. So I went home and I'm like, okay, I need to take my pills. That took some doing. I had to set a reminder with Siri because I kept forgetting, even though it's easy, I would forget. And then, yeah, anyway. So then I got into that habit, but I thought, how am I going to eat better? Well, okay. I tried a couple of diets that didn't work. I hate those fad diets, really. The Atkins, all the rest of that bull, I just hate them. Let's go to moderation. I've always been able to just eat in moderation and lose weight. So I'm going to look at the food groups and do that. So I'm going to start with fruit because I'm not eating fruit. Even though I like bananas, oranges, pears, apples, I like those. I wasn't eating them. So what should I do? Well, I'm going to get my 18 servings of fruit in every day. How am I going to do that, though? Okay, it's not that many, but how am I going to do it? Well, this should be easy because if I have it here, I'll do it. So I went to the store. I bought bananas. I bought apples. I bought oranges. And I put them all in a basket. And every day I'll take one with me, an orange, an apple, and a banana to work. And I'll get my fruit for the day. It'll be easy. So I take them with me and I eat my banana. I'd eat that on the way to work. Then I come home and there's my apple and my orange still sitting there. And every once in a while I'd eat one, but oranges are a mess. They smell really good, but they're a mess. Apples, well, sometimes not. I didn't do a very good job for 2 or 3 weeks when my grandkids were over, and I had a big basket full of fruit because I'm just not going to give up. I was failing every day. I was feeling guilty. Everybody else can do it. It's so easy. Just eat an apple. Just eat an apple, Bob. What if, I told myself, the axiom, an apple a day keeps the doctor away is true. Well, then I should eat an apple a day. And so I tried, but it wasn't working. And my grandkids were there one day, and they like fruit. But they weren't eating it either. So at dinner, I cut it all up. Bananas, apples, oranges. I didn't put it together, but I cut it all up and set it there. They ate it all. They ate every bit of it. And you know what? So did I. And in my brilliant mind, I thought to myself, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can eat an apple every day. Here's what you got to do. You got to cut it up. You got to cut the banana up. You got to cut the orange up. You got to cut the apple up. So that's what I did. I put them in a little bag, carried them with me, and sure enough, by noon I'd had a banana, an apple, and an orange. That's your fruit for the day. And it was easy. I found a hack that made it easy for me to get that. And you know what? My cholesterol now, under 140, feeling good. And I'm in the habit, because I was winning at that small hack. I'm in the habit of eating a banana, an apple, and an orange every day. Caracara oranges, I love them. They're delicious, but I got to cut them up. If I don't cut them up, I don't eat them, even now, even though I'm in the habit. If I take an apple to work with me or with me wherever I'm going and it's not cut up, it ain't going to get eaten. That's just the truth. So, what do we have to do? What is your one small step like that? That was my hack. That was one of the many hacks that I came up with to make it easy to win. So start big, go small, then go smaller, and go down to I'm cutting up an apple. I'm going to eat an apple every day. How are you going to do it? I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to cut it up and eat it a piece at a time. A little bit, piece at a time. Next thing you know, you got a big glob. So what is your one small step? What is your one small step? What is your hack to make it easy? I've got many, many more. And I would love at the end of this for you to contact me so that we can talk for 15 or 20 minutes, one-on-one, no charge to you to find your hack if you can't find it. But remember that. Eat your apple. Think to yourself, eat an apple. That's what I tell people that I'm their coach with. Eat an apple. Find your hack. Find a way to win every day. Why? Because your body loves to win. Whatever it's small or big, it loves to win. It releases wonderful things to you. When you create those small atomic habits that help you win every day, it changes your life. Changes your life. Now, I would caution you. Many of us get started on a path, and then we stop. You can't stop. You just can't stop. You got to stay in motion. Way too often we stop. We stop trying, we stop caring, we stop moving, and we can't. Don't do that. Eat your apple every day, cut it up, find your hack. But by doing that, all we're doing is sending a message up here and in here that we've given up. So keep at it, whatever it is. Stay in motion. One small, insignificant action at a time, and the next thing you know, you got a big glob. Find your hack. There's several hacks every day. Find them. If you need help with it, I'll help. Email, call, whatever it is. We offer several ways to find your hack. One of them is a wake-up call, 3-hour workshop. We do it at Traverse Ridge. It's open to anyone. The information is on our website, bobcmorgan.com, bobinternational.com. One-on-one personal coaching calls to help us find the motivation we all need to keep us focused, to find our hack, to find our apple that we need to eat every day. If you're enrolling them together, there are some discounts. We speak to groups, their businesses, motivation for salespeople, training for salespeople, how to have a one-on-one with your staff so that you can do this and help them find their hack. You can click this link. I'm sending it across in the chat. And also email it to everybody for more info or how to enroll. At the end of this, I'll give you my my cell number as well. Please call me. I'd love to talk to any of you. And as I said, we offer for listening to this workshop, and hopefully it's helped you understand how to find your hack, and we'll help you do that with a free one-on-one coaching call with me. 15 or 20 minutes will help you find your hack. I'll also email the links to our full workbook from the Wake Up Call workshop. Getting a lot of good reviews from that. Go to our website, you can see about that, but I'll send you the links to download that, and also a link for Bob's scrapbook. It's really musings from an old man, but there's some interesting quotes in it, and things I find motivational as well. So thank you very much for joining us in this webinar. We do this 2 or 3 times a month. If you found that this was useful, please tell your friends about it. It's free. There's no charge. I'd be happy to email them. They can go to my website to find out when we do this, but we live off of referrals. That's where our business comes from. Again, my name is Bob Morgan. Email me, bob@vobinternational.com. Our blog is here. Subscribe to that. Once or twice a week, we post up some interesting facts and also some motivational stuff, or call me anytime, 801-633-8252. Would love to talk to you. Again, go to my website for more information, and tell your friends about this webinar. We're going to do it again next week, and we'll do it again the week after that, because we want to change this world one person at a time. Remember this, you're always in the right place at the right time if you have the right attitude. Let's find your hack. Let's go to it.